vehicle deals are down no matter how you look at it, just about 9% a year ago and right around 11% so far this year. The reason, dumb, is that everybody is going crazy for hybrid utility vehicles. Cube deals are up, up, up. Everybody cherishes cubes in light of the fact that they're open, reasonable, agreeable and they influence their proprietors to seem as though they have a dynamic way of life, regardless of whether they really do or not. So for what reason would an auto organization put resources into a vehicle? In particular, a vehicle the offers of which are the most exceedingly terrible in the section by an entirely decent edge. In the general market, cubes and SUVs are extremely popular, concedes Acura VP of promoting Vicky Paponi, while taking note of that Acura offers the solid offering MDX and RDX. In any case, there's as yet an exactly characterized client for these vehicles, somebody who is searching for the dynamic execution you can't get in an SUV. Sadly for Acura, the greater part of those clients are not purchasing Acuras. They are rather purchasing, altogether, the Mercedes E-Class, 50,896, BMW 5 Series, 32,408, Audi A6, 18,686, Lexus GS, 14,878, and, hell, 5,872 individuals even purchased Infiniti Q70s a year ago. How awful are offers of the Acura RLX? 1,478 in the last time-tabled year. Mercedes offers right around 35-fold the number of E-classes. So the 2018 RLX is in line for mid-cycle facelift, yet given its truly slagging deals, this mid-cycle facelift goes up against included centrality. It needs to acquire purchasers. Acura is generally absent. Likewise with all facelifts, this one incorporates new front and back clasps, and additionally new head and tail lights. The lights are for the most part LEDs decked out in sleek courses of action that set the RLX separated from the opposition. Notwithstanding the front and back clasps is another hood. The grille surrenders the big search for Acura's progressively alluring precious stone pentagon grille, and all the more captivating face like that on the TLX. There are likewise splendid, wonderful hues, including another red relevantly named Splendid Red Metallic that will twist light from the sun amid daytime drives. There are scarcely detectable modifications, little changes one executive called them, to the two-fold wishbone fronter and multi-link raised suspension. On the front suspension the springs are somewhat firmer while the dampers are marginally gentler. The front hostile-to-move bar is somewhat milder, it's an indistinguishable distance across from earlier yet the divided thickness is less than 0.4 mm. In back both the springs and dampers are somewhat milder and the move bar is thicker and stiffer. There were a few changes to the electronic power controlling framework programming, however nobody at the RLX introduction knew precisely what they were. The drivetrains extend. The passage level setup is the front-wheel drive RLX P-AWS, otherwise known as Performance All-Wheel Steer. That model accompanies a 3.5-liter direct-infusion V6 making 310 horsepower and 272 pounds-to-foot of torque. It's mated to a 10-speed programmed imparted to Accord and Odyssey, among others. The P-AWS demonstrate wasn't accessible for drives amid the presentation program. The all the more capable RLX Sport Hybrid SHAWD was. It gets a 3.5-liter direct-infused V6 mated to a 7-speed program with an electric engine coordinated inside. Add up to framework control is 377 horsepower. Whatever is left of the crossbreed framework rides out back, utilizing a more minimized battery and 2 electric engines that send torque to the back wheels when essential. Notwithstanding all that, the 2018 model accompanies another component called Traffic Jam Assist, which consolidates path keep help with the more advanced dynamic voyage control to drive the auto for you in unpredictable rush hour gridlock beneath 40 miles per hour despite everything you need to squirm the controlling wheel like clockwork to keep the legal counselors upbeat, God favor them. How can everything take a shot at the street? It's very agreeable in ordinary city driving. The seats inside are all new and accompany fancier sewing, while another 14-speaker ground sound framework guarantees unwinding music or booming talk radio, contingent upon what calms you. The traffic jam assist does, indeed, work, however wiggling the wheel at regular intervals got the chance to be a genuine inconvenience. At the point when would we be able to simply bow before our robot experts? Acura gave an Audi A6 to us to drive also, and, to be honest, I loved the Audi better, in any event when I pushed it hard on curving mountain streets, which is the thing that I did with both the Audi and the Acura. The Audi was more exact and would be advised to control from the dampers. Sail over a few whoops and the Audi ate them up and continued directing. The RLX Sport Hybrid gave a smidgen of flounder in those conditions, maybe as a result of those milder stunts. It was amusing to flounder that smidgen, it required substantially more contribution in the driving procedure, yet the Audi was the better entertainer. Would a V8 and back-wheel drive spare this model? Just a couple of section contenders offer VA test. That inquiry has been tossed at Acura since the legend was propelled. We have our own perspective of what a vehicle ought to be, said Pomponi, calling it exactness made execution. We need to take after our own beat. We see ourselves in an unexpected way, just like any other individual. No doubt, every other person offers more autos. Ha! Approve, that was pitiless. Acura imagines that bringing the cost of the Sport Hybrid with all-wheel drive nearer in cost to the section-level P-AWS model will help. The P-AWS begins at $54,900 while the Sport Hybrid is $61,900. That and the facelift, and in addition that traffic jam assist thing ought to do it, Acura says. We want them to enjoy all that life has to offer.